I was in Las Vegas this weekend. I came back Sunday night, dead tired, to turn on the news and find out, well, I already kind of knew, about AMP token being delisted from Binance and it facing a lawsuit very much similar to what XRP is facing with the Security Exchange Commission. I'm being asked, what do you think about AMP token now? Many people know that I have large holdings in AMP token. So of course they just want to know, how do I feel about that? Well, let me share with you how I feel about it. While I was in Las Vegas, I took with me a sizable amount of money that fits in my pockets and just gambled a little while. Now, I'm not much of a gambler. People know that. People know that I probably only gamble twice a year. I live in an area where there's a lot of casinos and I hardly ever go. I go to Vegas twice a year. I go to Vegas once for the Tribal Native American Summit, and then I go to Vegas with my wife. So I was there this weekend with my wife. I stay at the Caesars Palace because that's one of my favorite hotels to stay at. And I have a good time. But here's the thing. Crypto is not like gambling in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, whatever money you put in that slot machine or on the craps table, if you call it a table, on a blackjack table, that tells you a little bit of how much I know about gambling. So my point is whatever money you throw on the table, whatever money you feed the slot machine, it is highly likely that the odds are against you and you will lose money. Now, thankfully, and I won't go too much into my experience over the weekend. I had a good time. It was good times. What I will say is I came back with a little extra money. I just got lucky. And I come back and I start listening to what's going on with XRP, and I start to think about XRP and what it's going through. And it's been, I think, like what maybe you guys know more than me. It's probably been in a going on 2-year lawsuit with the Security Exchange Commission. Now AMP token is being wrapped into it. And here's what I think. I think when there is a cryptocurrency that has the potential to change the industry that we are used to, think of XRP as the banking solution for cryptocurrency, and think of AMP token as the payment collateral solution for cryptocurrency. You're coming against very powerful and very protected companies that don't want to see XRP, AMP token, Litecoin, and any of these other cryptocurrencies succeed. If every single cryptocurrency was considered a security, with the exception of Bitcoin, why aren't they filing lawsuits with all of them? They're gonna go and attack the ones that potentially are a threat. And these two now are definitely a threat. So, is your investment a gamble? I'm about to probably buy one last round of AMP token, because with this news, it's pressuring the token like it pressured XRP. I remember when XRP was like at 80, I think it was 98 cents, 89 or 98, I can't remember, but it was around almost $1. maybe even $1. And then, boom, the lawsuit came about. It hit the headlines everywhere, and XRP dropped, I remember, to like 15, 20 cents. You couldn't buy it no more because they had delisted it. My buddy still has XRP. He still has it in his wallet. It's just there. Look how many years. Lawsuits are going to take an enormous amount of time. And at the end of it, if things change and it's regulated, well, if it's approved and regulated, guess what? That investment just sits there. Yes, if it becomes, if the token folds, crumbles, gets delisted, never comes back, well, that's the risk that we're all taking. But I am 100% in it for the long run. I'm not going to sell. In fact, I'm going to go buy one last bag before they delist it from Coinbase and Gemini. And if they do delist it, because I think they will, probably here in the next few months, you're going to see AMP token. And here's the downside to it. Can it go more downside? Absolutely. But it ain't going to really matter because there's not a whole lot of us that are going to be able to buy it. And so, do I buy it now and buy another nice bag before it gets delisted and hold on to it for 2 to 5 years and see what happens and just ride it? Again, all the money that I'm investing in cryptocurrency is extra money. It's not money that if I lose, just like when I went to Las Vegas, I took a certain amount, I split it with my wife, we were in agreement, we said, hey, you get this much, I get this much. Whatever happens, play slow, do what you want, but we ain't going to put more money into it because that's the money that we're saying, hey, I can grab it out of my pocket, go to the trash can and throw it in there and never see it again, and I will be okay. My family will be okay. Now, of course, I'm not going to go and throw money in a trash can because the trash can ain't going to give me no potential returns, and there is no fun in that. So, AMP token is going to get sued. It's going to go through a rough weather storm. No different than XRP. But hopefully something good comes about this, because the more companies that the Security Exchange Commission goes after, the more it's going to get pressure to find regulation, because there are supporters on both sides of the coin. And so just as much as these big banks and these big credit card companies and these big hedge fund organizations are protecting the government and are in the pockets of the government, or the government in their pockets, crypto also has the same powerful arm now. And I think we are going to see this come to an end with a lot of regulation in the next 12 to 2 years, 12 months to 2 years. So that's all I really got to say. I'm going to hang in there. I hope you decide what's best for you. And if there's any encouragement in all of this, is just to say, hey, don't put in more than what you can afford. Always be smart about these things. Just put in what you're willing to lose. There are so much people that have lost so much money in crypto, but they were smart. They were only putting in what they were willing to lose, and they understood exactly what they were going into. And if you do those two things, you're going to be all right. You're going to survive. You know, who knows? If it all works out for the best, you're the one who's going to be coming on top. So that's how I feel. I hope I'm going to be coming on top. The last thing I'll say is diversify your portfolio. Don't throw all your money into one token. I don't have all of my money in AMP. I have about 8 different cryptocurrencies that I split. AMP is by far my smallest, even though I have a lot invested in there. It is my smallest slice of the pie, if you will. So again, My larger holdings are in other stuff like Cardano, Polygon Matic, Ethereum. I have holdings in other cryptocurrencies to diversify my portfolio so that if I lose one or I lose two for these kinds of reasons, then I feel like, hey, well, 2 out of 7, if I win on 5, because I have a total of 7, I lose 2, then I'm still coming out a winner. Now, of course, we all want to win on all of them. I definitely want AMP Token to succeed. I hope AMP Token does succeed. I wish it the best with this lawsuit. I'm going to make my last purchase here in the next few weeks. And with that, I hope you all be safe, make safe decisions, invest your money only if you feel like you can lose it, and it ain't going to put you in a predicament financially that you are still able to survive. Peace out, my friends. El Gallito La Sierra, a.k.a. Crypto Keeper. I do the research so that you don't have to. Aquí el Kikiri Kicks checking out. Take care.